3, 2, now. Good morning, 117 release team. It is Thursday, December 5th, and my name is Guinevere Sanger. This is a burn down meeting for the Kubernetes 117 release. Please adhere to the Kubernetes Code of Conduct and be kind to each other. I cut out? Interesting. All right, let me do that again. Please keep telling me if I cut out. Hello, everybody. This is week 11 of the Kubernetes 117 release. It is Thursday, December 5th. My name is Guinevere Sanger, and I will be hopefully hosting this meeting today, barring further cutting out. Be kind to each other and observe the code of conduct. Let's hear from enhancements.
Perfect timing, because I had like a coughing fit right before that. So Bob was going to do this, but he had a meeting pop up, so I'm going to do it today. The status is still green. We haven't had any real changes since the code freeze. It's just kind of coasting now. So the stats are there. We're tracking 22 things, 4 alpha, 4 beta, and 14 stable.
All right. CI signal. Is anyone from CI? Yep. Hey.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Well, we're green. We don't have a lot of updates. Actually, this update was written by Alina, but she couldn't join us today. But basically, there is nothing blocking right now. All the issues that are currently existing have been discussed previously, in other meetings here. So if you have any questions, let me know, but everything should be on the same track.
I have an update for those who weren't part of that discussion on, I believe, issue number 85900. That one was removed from the milestone yesterday because it appears, and I'm not sure I 100% agree with this, but it appears that I can go and sorry, I just woke up. I can go and find a little bit more detail, but basically the plan is to remove that test entirely, and there's currently in the works, there's currently work being done that removes that, but the people working on it said it wasn't going to be done for 117.
Yeah, and also like it isn't blocking, it isn't compromising the release itself. Yes. I think it's just making noise, and it has been very buggy for a long time, and we were just concerned about it. But since it is not on the release itself, it might be with some configuration stuff. It might be with the issue itself. Yeah, but
yeah,
too long didn't read. It's not on the Kubernetes side. So yeah, that's why we decided to remove it.
Yeah, so I think the TLDR on this is it was an informing job, not a blocking job. We thought it would be good to have it in, but it turns out there wasn't actually that much good info in it, and in fact may have just been like sending bad signals. So thank you. I think we're good there.
All right, thanks.
Awesome. Any questions? Cool. All right, bug triage.
Hi, so this is Sylvia with the updates for bug triage. And just looking at the numbers, the situation is pretty stable since yesterday. We continue to have status green. There was a critical urgent issue for a failing test that we discussed yesterday, and that has been closed in the meantime and also put under observation by CI signal as a precaution. But one new critical urgent PR popped up, and this was added to the milestone today or yesterday. So this was flagged by Benjamin Elder in the SIG release Slack channel, and it's being actively worked on. The author just pushed some changes a while ago, and now there is a comment that needs to be addressed by Jordan, and this will also need a release note.
Yeah, so that one specifically is looks like it's critical urgent. It needs a test basically to make sure that thing doesn't happen again. Essentially a problem with the service cider. If the service cider is missing, it will cause the API server to fail. So that's something that also needs to be cherry picked over to 117. So I'm going to be watching that one throughout the day.
Awesome. Thank you for the alert.
Thank
That
you.
one seems the most worrisome here. Please mention again what you said about the first thing you said about the tests.
Right. So basically, I'm not sure exactly why it has not popped up before. So Jordan's basically saying we should make sure we have a test there so it doesn't pop up again, or we catch it when it pops up again.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's hope that gets fixed. Is there anything in the important soon bugs that we should worry about for this release? There are cherry picks. Most of them are, oh yeah, okay. Same as yesterday. There are those cherry picks that are going to go into 17.1. And then the failing test one, you had an update on, yes? Fix CI Kubernetes node kubelet serial.
So I don't have an update for that one. There was 85814 that was closed, and this was the one that I referred to. But I can look it up and see if it needs any follow up.
Okay. Yep. Awesome. All right, they're still reviewing. I guess we'll have to see if we want to. This one's it's in the milestone.
So I'm gonna let the add-on resizer bump in. Jordan was mentioning it would be good to get that one in if there's something else that pops up. And since we've got the bug in the API server popping up, then it would be good to get both of them in.
Right. So that is, yeah.
That is 85864.
Okay. Okay, hang on, sorry. Eight, 5, 8, 6, 4. Wait, I'm confused. What does this have to do with the current bugs?
It's a current PR, basically. Right.
Okay.
So there's a bug. So there's a bug in the API server, cider.
Yes.
And if that one is going in, it's good to get the add-on resizer one in for .0 as well.
Okay. Okay. Can you drop a link, please? There we go. Sorry, I'm having
already did in Zoom.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Awesome. Cool. Do we have any further questions for bug triage? All right, let's go on towards docs. I might be able to give a little bit of update on docs. We have been running into a CLA issue with the overall docs PR because someone has since lost their company CLA on the email that commit was made. This is a docs commit consisting of, I think, 45 different people. Basically, everybody who had a docs change is committing into this one big docs PR for 117. And the docs team is currently working to remove that commit and recommit with someone who has a CLA signed email address, unfortunately. So we've been working yesterday to identify that user and wondering what happened, and basically it's a job change, so they can't re-sign the commit. Or, well, basically the way to fix this is somebody's going to have to re-sign it that has working CLA. That's been going on with docs, but I don't believe there's any outstanding docs issues. Release notes. SIGs are responding.
Yeah, I
Indeed.
got responses from 4. 2 are okay with the way things are right now, and then we have Storage and API who put in a bunch of note changes since this morning. So Jordan's been in there appending some of the API updates. And yeah, so I'll ping the other ones this afternoon with a slightly updated note. I'll send that to you, Gwen, before I send it out, just to make sure the language is appropriate. And other than that, yeah, things are progressing. Just need to kind of move everything into the right spots, and we should be good.
Great.
And just on the emergency PR that's going to have release notes, if people could just let me know when that comes in, so we don't drop that. I remember last cycle we had something that got dropped, and it was a last minute release day patch. So try to avoid that this year, or this time.
Yeah, absolutely. We will definitely keep you in the loop.
We'll see.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Comms.
We're slightly shifting to yellow a little bit because we do not get any response from network. Hope this will change soon. But beside of that, the drafts for the storage blog posts are available. We added also to the protocol, and hopefully we can also add later the link to the draft for the cloud provider.
Great, thank you. How have you tried to contact network?
We were in contact over Slack with the leads, and they've followed us to, or rewind us to talk with some of their people contributing. We had an active communication. It slowed a little bit down over Thanksgiving, and since yet we do not get any response. So we start talking again to all the leads and trying to find someone who can help us there.
Hey, Jeremy, I hope your kid feels better. Sorry, just something in the messages. Okay, back to you. Thank you. Do you need me to make a stink in the SIG channel? I can do that.
I think that would help.
Okay, great.
A little poke would be nice.
I will DM the SIG pairs, and I will yell in the channel. And then I will link the issue that I made yesterday about how none of us should have to do this.
Great, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Let's go ahead. Network. What is it specifically that you need help with?
Basically, we just need to get some response on our request, and I mean, we offer them to help writing the blog post, but of course, we need some
information,
some input.
Yep. Okay. All right. I'll tag you in it too. Very cool. Release branch management.
Hello, hello. So basically all the stuff that was said earlier about the issues and the bugs, we were on track, but now some things are floating in. So that API server CIDR split bug, as well as letting in the add-on resizer, I'm going to be looking through the issues and PRs again today, right after this meeting. So I will poke people who need poking.
So it's a CIDR split bug plus a related cherry pick.
What? Sorry.
it's the CIDR split bug that is needing to that needs to go into the release plus the related cherry pick issue. That is
Exactly. Yep.
okay. Very cool. Does that one have a milestone on it?
Yes.
Very good. Awesome. And then let's see. Okay. Cool. Do we have any emeritus lead updates? I don't think we do because we're still waiting on some responses. And don't think Claire's here.
I think we have I think we've got all of the roles except lead.
Yep. That needs to happen today.
Yep.
Okay. My updates. I think we have spoken about most of the things that happened. We removed that one test issue from the milestone. Sadly, we have a new bug. We have some related fallout from that. Most of my update is that I started a conversation going about how unresponsive the SIG chairs have been during this release cycle. I have seen this in previous release cycles as being a team member as well. The amount of work that it takes to find a problematic pull request, find the person who owns it, find the person who's supposed to review it, then find their correlating Slack handle, and then DM them takes so much time that by the time you have the DM open, you forget what you were going to talk to them about because you've gotten distracted by a bajillion other release team related issues. So anyway, long story short, I open an issue and I would like it if you all could either +1 some comments or share some personal experiences of this happening to you. We want to make sure that the community is aware that this is a community-wide issue and it's not just the release team and it's not just SIG contributor experience. This is a problem for everyone, including the people who aren't responding, really. It's funny because the issue has been up since yesterday afternoon and the only people commenting on it are contribex and release folks. So I don't know.
So hold on. We also need to, and I can do this. When I was mentioning in DM, it's not just tagging tagging or labeling it for the SIG, because that's not going to do anything. We have to explicitly tag all of the chairs and technical leads on that issue.
Yep, and then send it to the list, and then send it to dev.
Yep.
But I have not had the time. Anyway, if somebody wants to own tagging all of the SIG chairs on that issue,
I can do that.
That takes forever. I know that takes forever. That's a fact.
Yeah, but it's also protecting people from the fallout of doing that. So I can do that.
That's fair. That's super fair. Let me drop that issue link into my update. What?
No, Jeff on the chat.
That's right. We should talk to SIG testing. Can we just have something?
Yeah, can we get the @channel here for GitHub? And that's how we all quit Kubernetes.
Have I mentioned that I'm actually doing a talk called Meme-Driven Development, because I feel like my humor here is driving some development.
Honk. All right. SIG scalability update isn't relevant right now because I think we've been doing great there. Open discussion. We sort of bled into open discussion.
The only thing I do want to say is, for the most part, we should try and keep discussion regarding this issue in that GitHub issue, yes, because I feel like this is going to be a very sensitive / heated topic, and it should all be in one place. Like, I know there's discussion happening in the chairs and SIG leads or tech leads channel in Slack, and I already kind of want to like drive that back to the issue. So that's my 2 cents for it.
Yeah, some of that chat has been mirrored into the issue already. But yeah, no, you're totally right. I don't expect us to not chat about this on pretty much every SIG call for people who have seen this issue at this point. Like we're going to talk about it internally as well. So
The main reason I bring it up is I want people on this team to know it's there and to have the opportunity to share their experience or plus one someone else's experience.
yes, and please, I would say I want this to, I think Gwen said it very nicely in the issue that like we want to drive this towards positive action, right? We don't want this to be a pileup. So if you see something that has been said already, don't say like, yes, me too, or like the plus one is fine.
Yep.
If you have additional things to add, that's fine as well. Try to make this I mean, it's hard to not assign blame because, but try to make this something that's blameless so we can move forward in a positive manner.
Yeah, actionables are good, right? If somebody's just yelling at me, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave now.
Exactly.
Which is the opposite of what we want.
Yeah.
All right, great. With that, I think, well, I actually have a question. I don't know if Jorge's on the call. No, never mind. I will not be making the call tomorrow, so I will have one of my team run the call.
Okay, so in that case, can we do the board?
Fair, fine. I literally woke up this morning. I was like, I wonder if Stephen wanted to do the board really badly because Stephen has actually filled out that retro issue.
No, no, that's not it. I just want to make sure that as we're going into the last 2 days of the cycle, that people are focusing on finishing up the cycle as opposed to writing things in issues. So today is a good day to do that.
Okay, let's look at.
I already added everything in while you were chatting, so
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. We have some reviews in progress. That has not changed since Monday. I know that for a fact. Those are both issues. Do we have related PRs?
Yes, maybe.
It is a process thing. Oh, here's a work in process version. All
Okay.
right. So I think the to-do would be to put this into the enhancements lead handbook, honestly.
Sorry, which one is
This
432?
is investigate automation to facilitate tracking spreadsheets.
Yeah, we can push this to 118 at this point.
Enhancements handbook, and then we're done. Enhancements, I think docs, bugs, maybe. There you go. Did that actually post? Yes. Cool.
Okay. Sort by, or just click the milestone on one of the issues. So we can just tackle the milestone ones.
Yep. So this is an old issue.
Why do I feel like this is closed? Is it closed?
We added, yes.
Okay. All right. So
Add more milestone info to the release doc. That one is open. You know, I may have just, like, this might have drowned in my open tabs.
All right, now I'm lost.
I am
It
lost
was
as well. This is
4058. No.
Yeah. This has been a while. Jeff, do you have any update on that? Jeff left the call, probably to prep the community meeting.
Okay. Yeah, Tim left a note on that, re-reviewing some stuff. So it probably makes sense for Jeff to take a look at that again.
Yep.
All right.
Cool. Release notes, known issues. I think we are up to date on that. That's in progress. I'm not too concerned about it. Anyone from release notes have any other concerns?
No one's added anything to it. I'm including it in the update note that I think I just put the finishing touches on, so it'll go out today, but none of the responding SIGs have identified any new issues. It's just the one that we've discussed about previously.
Great. So we have
Silly question.
Yeah.
How do I add an action required note that is not tied to a PR or an issue?
I can type it. I'll have to. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
I'll dig to see if we have a process for that, but I don't think we do. The note from last release where we had to kind of put in was a direct PR against the release notes draft. That probably is the best way to do it, and we can improve that.
Yeah, would you mind filing an issue for that?
Not at all.
And tagging me on it, because I have a thing that I will not get to for 117, but it should be like a note for people for later. This is coming.
So like an action required note. Required note. Cool. I will make do you want that against KK or just the release notes tool?
Against the release notes tool. So either SIG release or, put it in SIG release.
SIG release, okay, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Cool. Okay, yeah, I have a note for myself to do that, and I should have that done by the end of the day if I don't get carried away with other release note stuff.
Thanks.
Oh, my pleasure.
I am going to re-milestone this one. This is an ongoing issue. It is related to which jobs are part of the release, and we are at the end of the cycle, and there has been no progress.
There has been progress on this one.
There's no updates on the issue.
But there are no updates on the issue. There are like 1,000 issues open for this, honestly. So yeah, if you look at the block releases on non-synthetic clusters, there are a bunch of things there. It's kind of a spider's web of things, but yeah, moving that into milestone 18 is fine. 118 is fine. Okay, so someone's playing Adele in my building.
What?
There's some Adele playing in my building. And roundup too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And let me put it in a nicer way. Cool. Document Kubernetes release team membership criteria. This one's just a spider web of like thoughts in my head right now.
Okay. This is okay. This
This
can
got
be
landed on me because it's been open for a year. Who gets to be a member? Who gets to be a manager? Who gets to be an owner?
all right. I've been working on doc updates for the last few days on the branch manager stuff.
I can go ahead and draft something. I'm not entirely sure that I know the entire process, because to me, a lot of this is based on, well, I'm going to ask so-and-so how it was done before. A lot of this is like traditional knowledge, rather than actual written down process. But
I
it's
will.
written
I
down.
can.
So
I can
I can
codify
put
it.
something on the release team, in the release folder for that.
I just assigned it to myself. I can take care of that because I'm documenting access requirements right now. Anyway.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is related. This is honestly the same issue.
It's different.
So
release team. So really,
it's the same issue. It's like you can be on the release team with like which circumstances?
No, they're different issues. So the first one is about the Kubernetes release team mailing list.
What?
There's the Kubernetes release team at googlegroups.com, that mailing list. Who can be a part of that, right? So right now it's SIG chairs, SIG chairs, release team members for the current cycle, and branch managers. Right?
Where does it say mailing list anywhere in this issue?
Not go to the top.
It's not this one?
At the name of the issue.
Document Kubernetes release team membership criteria.
Yeah, Kubernetes release team is a mailing list.
That is.
It's ambiguous, but that's the mailing list.
That's.
Right, because he's referencing Google Group permissions, right? Who gets to be a member, manager, and owner.
Yeah, I thought this had to do with release team roles. Like that was completely unclear. No wonder. Okay. Glad we talked about that. Because that would have been way easier to do when I made the list. Anyway. Cool. So this is actually about release team membership.
Yes.
Great. Cool. The release notes stuff. How's the status of the automation?
Oh.
For the PR template. This needs to stay open until we have a community decision on kind versus SIG.
Oh my God, I was supposed to send out an email for that this week. I will do that today. What else? Yeah, I think once we have that email, I just don't want to swap the format before getting some sort of consensus. I think I personally don't care much because I don't really use release notes, but I'm sure someone will have opinions. So.
Yeah.
So like you gain a clear idea of what is an API change and what's action required and all that good stuff. What was a bug fix, but you kind of lose some of the visibility into who was working on it because it's
like it works really well for kind API change. it doesn't work so well for kind bug fix because
Exactly.
great. So, all right. We can close the loop on that before 117 is out. Hey, you put the milestone back without telling me. But it sounds like maybe we need to re-milestone it.
Leave it in the milestone right now.
Okay. All right, release retrospective action items.
Yep, that will be done before the retrospective. Wow, music is really loud. Sorry.
I'm not hearing anything, so you're fine. But I get how that's super distracting. Okay. There is still 3 to-dos, splitting release schedule out of release lead playbook. I need to comment on that. I have opinions. Decide on procedure for jobs, entering and leaving blocking. And that one is related to
The other one, yeah.
the other one, yes.
And that one has way more details on it, yeah.
Yeah. And improving doc release handbook. That is basically a to-do for everyone on this team. Everyone who has led or shadowed a role should go over the handbook and update it to the best of their ability. If there's no updates to be made, that's great, but we want to make sure that this document stays live and relevant. Handbooks are how we live in this process.
So those that are in to do, I'm going to kick them out of the milestone. That is right.
Probably except for the docs handbook, the handbook one, because that is for the outgoing leads.
Well, it will still be assigned to them.
Okay, sure.
That's all, and by the way, that's the only for the doc handbook.
Right, I know, but Damini opened that one specifically. Every time we looked at this, we've reminded everybody to do the same thing.
Okay.
We don't necessarily need an issue.
We should do issues. If we're going to do that, we should do issues for the outgoing leads and set them to 118.
All right, everybody, make an issue. I'm honestly going to jump right to a pull request for mine. So
that's fine too. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
The thing is, if it's not an issue, it won't be. No one will nag them about it.
All right. Cool. Right. Thanks, everyone. All right. Any questions, concerns? Further comments? All right. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.